a pencil care package on this Pencil Wednesday. Hello everyone. I received not too long ago a care package from Joe St. Eggbenedictus, link down below as always, of some pencils that were a sampling of some pencils that he had received from a viewer of his channel, who I believe goes by the name Roast Beef or Roast Beef Sandwich, something of that character. And so Joe received these and sent a sampling to me, which was very generous of both of them. So, thank you to Joe and thank you to Roast Beef Sandwich. This package is jumping ahead in the line of things I have yet to review in terms of care packages. So still working through a big stack of things that generous people have sent me or things that I've come across. So as I find time, I'm putting out these videos. So if I haven't gotten to something, I will. Okay, so first in this package, I don't think this came from Roast Beef Sandwich, but I could be wrong in that. I think this was something Joe found. But that is a cool bit of branded advertising here. Still in its package, Coca-Cola brand. They look like pretty decent pencils, made by Pentec. Get sharp, write cool. There's a copyright date, 1996. Coca-Cola Company, so probably manufactured around that time. Very nice. Going to keep those in the package. Probably will not open those. And then we have a selection of mostly Musgrave pencils. I'm not sure how Roast Beef Sandwich came upon these, but it looks like from Joe's video that there was a big bunch of them. This one was included as well, and I assume this is something Joe found. Having trouble with my focus here today. Carpenter pencil that has seen some use, sharpened with a utility knife probably. Diamond International Corp. And pausing for a moment for a public service announcement. When you sharpen your pencils, pay attention to what orientation they're in. It's possible this was sharpened by a left-handed individual, but I'm guessing it was just sharpened by somebody who wasn't paying attention to the print on the pencil and therefore sharpened it in the what I would consider the wrong orientation, and the wording is getting erased more quickly than it needs to be, because if you sharpened it in the correct orientation, you'd still be able to see the entire company name, etc., well into the lifespan of this pencil. That's the public service announcement for the day. Joe actually sent more than what we see here in terms of Musgrave pencils. Musgrave pencils are still being manufactured in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and they make some fine pencils. They're doing a great job. I highly recommend, if you're into pencils at all, check out Musgrave Pencils if you haven't. Good American product, still manufactured and still very high quality. Anyway, there were more than what's represented here. A few of them I have already placed in permanent storage in cigar boxes where I keep pencils that I want to keep pristine and in factory fresh condition. So at least one example of each of these I have placed thus. But I wanted to try out a few of these that I have never had a chance to try before. So I'm just going to go through them real quick. So we have a couple of yellow colored pencils here. Look at the kind of old school fonts going on there. Made in USA, Musgrave Pencil Company, Shelbyville, Tennessee. It's kind of gothic print. The attention to detail on the ferrules. So they're erasable colored pencils. Looks like they're made with nice wood. Not your average colored pencil. And then there's red of the same style, and a couple of blue of the same style. Good quality control there on these pencils from Musgrave. Thumbs up to that fine outfit. But today I'm going to look at, oh, I didn't mention this. I don't know. This looks like a Musgrave pencil based on the sharpness of the corners. It's not rounded off very well. You can tell a Musgrave pencil by the word Musgrave on the shaft, but also by the fact that the corners are not rounded off as you see with many pencils. Very sharp, pronounced corners on the hex. And that's a Musgrave thing. Some people like it, some don't, but it definitely makes them stand out. So I'm not sure what this I Am Powerful pencil was all about, if that came in the batch of Musgrave pencils. It looks like a Musgrave to me, so probably. But I like the quotation marks, thereby kind of making it in doubt a little bit. Am I powerful? I don't feel particularly powerful. Okay, but today there are two Musgrave pencils I want to specifically focus on that I've never tried before. Musgrave Harvest, which is an old brand that they've been making for years. Kind of a traditional school pencil in yellow with gold foil, number 2 pencil. Again, the rather unique ferrule here, crimped on. And paint over the end, so I can't really tell about the core being centered or not, but we'll try that. I've never tried one of those. And then this is a new offering, a relatively new offering by Musgrave that I'm really intrigued by. It's kind of a bare wood with a clear lacquer or shellac on it. Really fine looking pencil, Genuine Tennessee Red Cedar. Got the kind of the symbol for Tennessee there, 3 stars in the circle. Just look at the beautiful grain on that wood. Anxious to try this one out. So let's sharpen these up and we'll give it a try. Okay, I'm going to take the advice of a smart viewer and commenter on my channel and first remove some of the wood with a handheld sharpener, this handy Nuttrage sharpener, before I put it in my crank sharpener so I save some wear and tear on those blades. Plus I just wanted to get a sense of what kind of wood were in these pencils. Now immediately on this Harvest, I'm getting the sense this is not cedar. Makes a nice ribbon, so it's quality wood, whatever it is. But the color and the grain tell me that it's not cedar. There's no cedar smell. Also, there's some mismatch in the darkness of the 2 slats that were formed together to make this pencil, so you get this really cool stripy effect. So you can see on this one a little bit of unevenness, and you can see there the 2 slats put together. 2 different colors of wood, and the core seems to be a bit not centered. Still a fine looking pencil. Eager to try that one out, but let's see what this Genuine Tennessee Red Cedar, excuse me. Let's see how the wood differs in this. You get some striations of color on this one also, but that just may be variations in the within each slat as you get with natural cedar. Although this is pretty pronounced, so there may be some mismatch also in the two slats put together. See the difference. Cedar, it just turns out, is the perfect wood to make a pencil. Okay. So I've got the beginnings of a point on these. I'm going to make that a little better by using a crank sharpener here. Because I don't want to scar the wood on either of these, I'm going to protect the wood with a little post-it note here on the shaft of the pencil. Okay, so actually that sharpen even further accentuated the off-centered core, but you still have a workable point there. Do the same thing on this really fine looking Tennessee Red Cedar. Much better job of centering that core. Look at that grain. That is just a thing of beauty right there. And I kind of like it that the slats are a little unevenly colored. It just draws attention to the natural grain here. Even if it doesn't write, that is a fine looking pencil, but we have to give it a try. Start with this Musgrave Harvest 320 number 2. I'm going to call that a pretty standard number 2 lead. Just the right amount dark, just the right point retention. I'd say that's a good choice for a school pencil, an office pencil, something of that character. I do not know what kind of pricing is on these from Musgrave. Their pencils are not overly expensive, but yeah, I don't know how much a dozen of these would cost. Maybe I'll put a link to Musgrave also in the description. So let's try the Genuine Tennessee Red. Never tried one of these before. I apologize for my appalling handwriting. Do not know if it's going to show up here. I think it does. This is a much darker and softer core. I can feel a difference just in the feedback and the vibration. The sound is different. The darkness is different. This is clearly a different core than that used in the Harvest. And I noticed there is no designation on the pencil as far as grading number 2, number 1, etc. So whatever they're using in this, it is clearly darker than the Harvest, and that makes it, in my book, a better pencil. It just looks better, certainly, but in terms of writing. Now, if you're a student or you're a teacher and you want your students in your math class or whatever, they still use pencils in. It seems to be pencils are relegated to the math department anymore. You may prefer that your students use something like this Harvest because they're going to spend less time going to the sharpener in the classroom. But for me, for doodling or making quick notes or something of the sort, this is I'm going to call this an excellent pencil made in America. I don't know if this will be a long-term product by Musgrave, or this is a short-term kind of one-off thing. I don't know. But I hope they keep making it. That's a fine, fine pencil. Beautiful red imprint on natural wood with a light lacquer on it. Goldish ferrule, white eraser, which I didn't try. Let's erase okay, that's as bad as one expects from attached erasers, but just don't make any mistakes. Anyway, that's my trial of these two good-looking American-made pencils, thanks to Roast Beef Sandwich and St. Joe St. Eggbenedictus, for sending these all the way to Ohio. I enjoyed trying these out. I'm going to love having these in my collection. A couple pencils I've never tried before. Thanks for stopping by on this Pencil Wednesday. Check back next time. See what's going on here. I appreciate you watching. Hope to see you here again next time.